The interesting thing about the children is the immigrants coming in will probably never achieve their potential, the adults, because they're struggling with a new language. They can't, these are engineers and doctors, and they come in and they're, they're custodians, and jobs that they probably wouldn't have done in their native country. But their kids excel. So I say it's about the kids, really. And people probably don't realize that. They think, oh, folks are coming in, they're just trying to get more money. It's about the kids. And the kids do well. You can look around and see which kids are excelling, and they're immigrant kids. So that's what I see from the immigrant community. They have a plan, very intentional, very much like all of our ancestors who came over. They had a plan. And this country is, if you do have a plan, this country is a good spot to be in. The refugees are completely different. They didn't want to leave their country. They didn't have a plan. They wanted to stay where they were, do their jobs as a tailor or a carpenter or a farmer. But the wars and whatever was happening in all these different places, they were just scattered from their villages, so they had nothing, and ending up in refugee camps. So there was no plan. And so then they eventually, after getting vetted, for all these years, eventually get to go to one of these other countries. And not a lot of them, maybe just 1% of all those refugees ever get to go to Australia or to the United States or to Scandinavia, to England. A very small percentage do. But they come over here and they land here in the United States, and they are, deer in the headlight type thing. They're not sure. Those folks need a lot of support, and their kids will also excel because they'll push them along. But it's like coming with a plan or coming with not a plan, and that's what the refugees have to deal with.
What specifically does bring you joy in this work? Well, with the teaching, it certainly, as the students, I can see their progress. That really does. And a person says, a student says, I was able to talk to my son's teacher with no interpreter. I mean, that's, yeah, And I realize it's not all our doing, because they have all different ways of learning English, whether watching television or whatever it is. But I had a small part in that she was able to talk to her child's teacher in school. That would be the case. And with the refugees now, it's it's kind of funny. With them, they are surprised that I'm not asking anything from them. Evidently in many of the countries, if somebody does something, obviously because gas is a lot more expensive other places, somebody takes them to a doctor's or the hospital, comes back, you're expected to give them something. And we say, no. And they have a hard time figuring that out. But I said, no, we just do this. I'm a Christian, and this is part of what we believe. And it's nice when they get a recognition. They can understand that. People can understand from other countries if you're doing something because of your faith, because they're faithful in their own way from their own country, and that makes sense to them.